Well, today is Saturday the 29th of May 2021 and I've come to one of my favourite towns in the Peak District. This is Buxton. The spa town of Buxton is about 1,000 feet above sea level, the highest market town in England. My day started in the slopes, a Grade 2 listed Georgian landscaped park, with trees, walkways and the cenotaph at its centrepiece, providing attractive views over the town. Buxton has a wide range of independent and unique shops complementing a number of national retailing brands. The pedestrianised Spring Gardens is the town's main shopping street, and there are a couple of indoor shopping malls, including the charming Cavendish Arcade. The Crescent is an iconic Grade 1 listed Georgian building, designed by the architect John Carr of York, and built for the 5th Duke of Devonshire between 1780 and 1789. In 2020, following a multi-year restoration and redevelopment project supported by the National Heritage Memorial Fund and Derbyshire County Council, the Crescent was reopened as a 5-star spa hotel. This is St Anne's Well, which has continuously provided locals and visitors with a supply of Buxton's famous thermal waters.
Whoa, that's nice. Oh, cheers.
Passing the historic Old Hall Hotel, where ill-fated Mary Queen of Scots was held captive in the 16th century, I came to the exquisite Edwardian Opera House, home of internationally renowned Buxton Festival, and a host of other festivals, theatre, music and comedy shows throughout the year. Nearby is the Devonshire Dome, with a larger span than St Paul's Cathedral, was built as stables, became a hospital and is now a university. The Pavilion Gardens is a beautiful historic venue dating back to 1871, which superbly shows off the Victorian splendour of Buxton. Set within 23 acres of recently restored parkland, the Grade 2 listed main building forms a natural base for visitors. This idyllic visitor attraction offers a range of free family-friendly activities for a perfect day out, from spending the day playing in the toddler park or adventure playground, feeding the ducks whilst enjoying an ice cream, or even a ride on the miniature train. Isn't Buxton such a lovely place? It really is one of my favourite towns in the Peak District. Few reasons for that really. I mean, it's a lovely town anyway, so that's a good enough reason. But another reason is because long before I moved to the Peak District, I came on holiday here a couple of times. When I was 19 years old, that was my very first visit to the Peak District, when I stayed in youth hostels in the area. But my first and last nights in the Peak District on that occasion were here in Buxton. So I suppose I have some affection for Buxton because of that really, because of my memories. I just remember staying in the youth hostel the first night in Buxton, and I met some other people who were staying in the hostel, and I remember we had a bit of a pub crawl down London Road, I think we started in the market square and just sort of walked back towards the youth hostel and stopped in a few pubs in London Road on the way back. It was great. So I suppose, you know, I've got memories of that, really. And when I was actually moving to Derbyshire at the start of 2003, I think because I'd remembered Buxton being a nice place, I actually looked to move here. This is where I wanted to live when I was moving to the Peak District. However, the reason I ended up moving to Matlock was because that's where my work was based, so it just seemed a logical thing really to move to Matlock. It just wouldn't have been practical for me to live 20 miles away and then do like a 40-mile round trip every day commuting to and from work. So, but I think if it wasn't for that, I probably would have come here to Buxton in the first place. But as it happened, Matlock turned out to be a nice place anyway, so I've been very happy there, so nothing lost really.
From the Pavilion Gardens, I made my way onwards, crossing the B5059 to College Road. At its junction with Green Lane, I took a public footpath opposite and began to head out into the open countryside. In a short while, I passed Fernhouse Farm, beyond which I could see Harper Hill close by to my left.
There's a great little chippy in Harper Hill. Whenever I'm working in this part of Derbyshire, if I'm in Buxton around lunchtime, I always plan my day so that I usually am around Buxton at lunchtime. I stop at the chippy there at Harper Hill. It's a lovely place. My favourite in the Buxton area. I mean, I don't go so much now that it's getting warmer, but certainly in the colder and winter months. You can't beat the smell of fish and chips whenever you're working outside. And it's just the most welcoming smell ever, I think. So yeah, one of my regular stops, that.
Moving on, my path along the edge of the fields took me through a gate to cross Grin Low Road.
I actually started this walk quite late today. It was 10:30, 11 when I started. Normally I start my walks on average around sort of 9 o'clock-ish, 9:30. But I got to Buxton here and it was a little bit drizzly. And I thought, I'm not sure I can be asked to do the walk now. But then I thought, well, I've come all this way. I know it's only 20 miles, but I've made the journey to Buxton. So I popped into Morrison's and just got some water. And when I came back out, it was starting to get sunnier, and I thought, let's do it. And I'm glad I have done, because it's a lovely walk. And I think certainly during COVID, a lot of us have actually been less enthusiastic to do stuff, you know, because it's got a lot of people down, and you know, I can't say that I've not been included in that. And there are days where you just sort of get up in the morning and think, can't be asked to do anything today. But hopefully now that restrictions are lifting even more, people will be more enthusiastic about getting out to do stuff. So yeah, I'm glad I'm doing the walk now that I'm actually in the midst of it. So just there is the first view on today's walk of something I'll be visiting later on. Just see it on the top of the hill there.
Beyond another farm, I emerged onto a track which meandered across the valley in a westerly direction, and giving me great views all around, including Axe Edge ahead.
Well, it's just after 1:30 now. Need to feed my belly, I think. I'm feeling rather ravenous. Need to feed my belly, keep it up. Oh. This is a nice secluded spot, just off the main track, so I'm sort of out of the way if any more walkers come by. So I like to eat my lunch in privacy, really. But yeah, meant to say before now, earlier this year I treated myself to a new rucksack. This is a Berghaus 30 litre 24/7, and it's just a bag I need for a day. I mean, the last pack I had was for a day, but that's still perfectly okay. I've still got it, but it's just starting to fray around some of the threading, so I just thought it'd be nice to treat myself to a new one. I thought for quite a while, what do I actually need? Because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a new rucksack. I've still got my old rucksack, which I bought, I reckon I bought that in 86, 87. So I've had that for, not short of 35 years, and it's still a perfectly good rucksack. Brilliant. But I used to take that with me on my longer expeditions. I used to take that when I used to go out walking for a week or more, and if I was staying away. I've never been a camper. I have tried camping before now, but I've always preferred, I must admit, to have a day out walking outdoors, but then get back to a nice comfortable bed with a roof over your head and a nice hot shower. Can't beat it. So nowadays, what I tend to do if I go away somewhere, I take my car with me. But even if I'm sort of normally in one base for that particular week, all I need is still a rucksack for a day. So I don't need the bigger rucksack with me much now. So, and this cost me, I think, bought it online from Go Outdoors. I think it cost me less than 40 quid, including the delivery charge. So that's not bad, really. So yeah, I didn't need to spend 100 quid or more, which some of these day packs were. So this suits me perfectly.
As I walked across Stanley Moor, the track was now heading in a northerly direction. Soon I came out onto Grin Low Road again, where I crossed over to take a lane opposite.
May as well make the most of the views whilst I'm here. Lovely. You can see the A53 Buxton to Leek Road there. And just there, that's the start of the Cat and Fiddle Road, on the summit of which is the second highest pub in the country, Cat and Fiddle Inn.
Heading east, I walked across the moor, which is all part of Buxton Country Park, as I made my way towards the summit of Grin Low.
Well, I'm on Grin Low now, so I'm now going to walk up to Solomon's Temple. Definitely the highlight of today's walk, I think.
Solomon's Temple, or Grin Low Tower as it is sometimes known, is a distinctive landmark crowning the skyline above Buxton, and stands at 1,434 feet above sea level. Built in 1896 and restored in 1988, this Grade 2 listed 20-foot high Victorian folly replaced the ruins of a previous tower, which was built by Solomon Mycock, a local farmer and landowner, and after whom it is still named. It sits on top of Grin Low on a Bronze Age barrow, which was excavated in 1894 during the tower's construction. It contains several skeletons from the Beaker period, along with later Roman items. Climbing to the top, I was able to enjoy the wonderful views over Buxton and right across the Peak District.
Great views on Solomon's Temple. Okay, that was Solomon's Temple. Back into Buxton now then.
Heading north back towards the town, I soon took a left to follow a track into Grin Low Woods.
Nice gentle, casual walk back down to Buxton now then. And it's really roasting now with the sun. They say that this bank holiday weekend is going to be even better tomorrow and bank holiday Monday, so it's great. After the wet May we've had, it's really, really welcome. Anyway, just whilst I think about it, before I reach Buxton again, I just want to say hello to Liam Brown. So hi Liam. Liam lives in Buxton and he's lived in Buxton all his life. So it's really nice walking around your town.
Emerging onto a car park, I passed the entrance to Poole's Cavern, one of the finest show caves in England, featuring many strange and wondrous formations, sculpted over millions of years. Back in the town centre, I walked through Buxton Marketplace, although the market was closing for the day by the time I got here. The market is held on Tuesdays and Saturdays throughout the year, from 9 till 4. Beyond here is the impressive town hall, in front of which is the Grade 2 listed market cross. Behind here, I was back at the slopes.
Well, it's 4:30 now and I'm back in the centre of Buxton. What a beautiful place. Beautiful walk. Really enjoyed that walk up to Grin Low and Solomon's Temple. But what a great place to start and finish the walk. Beautiful Buxton, one of my favourite towns in the Peak District.